Carol, a 68-year-old escort and a part-time florist. The largest penis I've ever seen was a 9 inches long, and it needed both hands. 40 years celibate. Now she is active.
What's the largest penis you've ever seen?
The largest penis was a black guy. It was a swinger, and I'd seen it on his profile and said, "I'm sorry, darling, but that's not going to go anywhere." And he said, "That's okay, I'd still like to meet you." So he came over, and it was 9 inches long, and it needed 2 hands. It was about that thick. So it wasn't going anywhere. It wouldn't even go in there because I've got a small mouth. So I licked it like a lollipop.
What's the strangest request you've had?
Sucking a dog off, I would say, is fairly high up there. Yeah. I mean, I never did it, I hasten to add. But yes, I had somebody that messaged me and said, you know, he would give me £1,000, first of all, to wank the dog. And then he asked me how much it would be to suck the dog off. And I said, there's no amount of money that you could pay me to suck him off.
What are your rates at the moment, if you don't mind me asking?
It's 120 an hour, £75 for half an hour, and
That's more than a GTA prostitute.
50 pound for a 15-minute, 75 pound for half an hour, and 50 pound for a 15-minute quickie, or 600 pound for an overnight.
What's the scariest experience you've had while working?
The scariest? I don't think I've had any scary ones as an escort.
Let me rephrase. What was the worst experience you've had?
The worst, yes. Well, the most unpleasant, yes, the most unpleasant was a man in his 70s who wanted me to lick his balls, which was covered in grey curly whirlies. Now, I'm quite happy.
Gray curly whirlies. What's a gray curly whirly? Is this pubes?
Happy sucking a ball, but it needs to be shaved.
Oh.
So, and he insisted that I carry on doing it for about half an hour, which I have to say was the grossest thing that I've ever done.
What's the best experience you've had while doing sex?
Oh, the best whilst I've been doing it. Probably the guy where he was so sexy that I came all over his cock. Completely soaked him whilst doing cowgirl.
That happened before that?
No, it never happened before. No, so that was a first. And to do it with a gorgeous man was yeah, pretty good.
As well, what other strange requests would you say you've had? Well, there was one where this businessman asked me if I would wear one of his mother's nighties. And he wore another one of his mother's nighties. I hasten to add, his mother was dead. And he had kept all her nighties. And now used them in his fantasies. So I was to come into the bedroom and find him in one of her nighties, watching my porn. As well, let's touch on that as well. So you're a porn star.
Absolutely.
How did you get into that?
That was through the swinging as well. A photographer contacted me and said, would the lady be interested in doing some solo filming work? So I met him and we did our first shoot for mature.nl, and basically I just lay on the bed, undressed, played with myself, used toys, obviously all in my sexy underwear. And then we did another and another. Then he found a black guy who had a very large cock, which was not going to go anywhere, but we did a blowjob.
So I gave him a blowjob and he shot his load all over my tits. And it was a couple of those. And then there was another black guy who didn't have a truncheon, had a fairly average sized cock, so that fitted. And so we had a good shag. And yeah, I've made lots of little clips now, which, you know, all you lovely guys enjoy wanking over. Which gives me a lot of pleasure as much as it does you, thinking about the thousands of men wanking over me on a daily basis.
Have you ever had any couples or women approach you?
I'm celibate now.
Thinking back to the swinging, there was a couple who wanted to come and play, and we made up a foursome. But I'm not bi, so I'm not interested in playing with a woman. I did let her lick my pussy, and I did let her play with my tits, but I just don't have any desire whatsoever to lick a pussy. I'm very happy sucking cocks, but licking pussies is really not my thing. It either is or it isn't, and you know, it's like a lot of men aren't bi. I love bi men. I've got lots of bi men, and they come round for a bi gang, and I like watching them suck each other, fuck each other. And sometimes I use my toys. I fuck them with my toys, and we just have a good time.
What's the largest penis you've ever seen?
The largest penis was a black guy. It was a swinger, and I'd seen it on his profile and said, "I'm sorry, darling, but that's not going to go anywhere." And he said, "That's okay. I'd still like to meet you." So he came over, and it was 9 inches long, and it needed 2 hands. It was about that thick. So it wasn't going anywhere. It wouldn't even go in there because I've got a small mouth. So I licked it like a lollipop. Oh, he went down on me, which was absolutely delightful. And he used my toy on me, my wand, so I got lots of orgasms. And then he came on my tits. So.
How long do you reckon you'll be doing sex work for?
I'd probably say as long as I enjoy it.
You're 68.
I told Jeremy Kyle when he asked me, he said, "How long are you going to keep doing this?" And I said, "Until I'm on my deathbed, or 100, whichever comes first." Because I enjoy it, and there's a tombstone on Twitter which says, when they asked me what would I like to have on my gravestone, and I said, "She shagged until the very end." Good for her.
Oh, God.
Before we finish off, is there anything else that you'd like to say?
No, well, basically, just if this could remove the taboo about escorting. I mean, there's the seedier side of the prostitution with the girls on the street and the pimps and etc. But actually, there's a lot of normal ladies like me who do it to earn money, to pay a mortgage, who live a normal life, me as a florist, and you just earn the money, you meet lots of lovely people, and you're providing a service. So it's really to and inspire people that you can have a shit life like I did, and then I had therapy so you can, get over all of that shit, and you can, live a normal life, unusual but normal, and be happy in what you do.
It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Wow. That 68. Still going strong in the respect. Can't hate on the player. Can't hate on the player, bro. You can't.